Dave, I'm kind of slightly concerned. I've been here for 20 minutes while we've been setting stuff up, and you've had your hands on your face the entire time.
I like it you said we. I did everything. But I get your point.
In the grand scheme of things that got done and who did them, we could point fingers and quantify like the amount of effort that I put in eating a brownie.
Okay, I shaved. I shaved a lot. I've got no hair now.
I reckon he looks like Keanu Reeves when he wakes up in the real world in The Matrix.
What?
That is a channel first.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Holy crap! Okay, we have to make this a really good episode.
No, we don't. Well, let's just make it a regular episode. It's the same thing. No, not really. No.
Title card.
Title card.
I knew you were going to do that. Hello, and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount on a very special episode. It's special because I just thought I don't know. I had a very large brownie just now, and there was a lot of sugar in it.
It is Ollie's last episode on the set.
Yeah.
And for the next month.
Before I disappear to the inscrutable Orient. Or
Japan.
Known as Japan.
Just say Japan. But we're here to review episode 34 of Critical Role Season 2. Season 2? Campaign 2?
I call it Campaign 2.
Because it makes more D&D sense.
Yeah, it's not a series, it's not a TV show.
It's
but
my TV show.
I'm Oliver and this is Dave.
Yes.
Yes. If this is your first time watching, that's our names. Yeah. I just thought I'd
Good insight. I like it. The first time watchers are just idiots and they can't work this out.
No, because they might have thought that was like a description. Like I'm an Oliver, like I put olives in people's letterboxes, and you're a Daver. Like
I'm seeing where this goes, people.
You hang out with glow sticks and like
a raver.
Yeah.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. Good one.
No, not the condescending clap.
clap.
Is back. I thought I'd run away far enough from the condescending clap. So, cool episode, tons of combat.
Yes, so it's a very kind of like, you could break it down in 3 parts. Investigation, travelling, fighting.
But we're going to do a little bit more than that, because that would only take 5 seconds.
We literally just did it, so... Thanks
see
for
you
watching.
Next week.
No, I will see you
I
next
won't
week.
see you next week. Although, you will see me, as I will be providing little vlogs to put at the end of the episodes for me, what I've been up to in Japan.
Yeah, little vlogs. I'm not expecting like 5-hour...
No, I'm going to edit it down to a solid hour and a half.
You're going to edit it? Or you're just going to send me the raw
footage?
You're going to send me the raw footage and I'm going to edit it. Yeah,
I'll do an hour and a half. I was thinking like a dandy...
You realise I'm going to cut it off at the most inappropriate moments as well.
I'm in Japan, like exploring like Harajuku. It's all going to be inappropriate moments.
And we will probably cut, and then it will cut later into the... and with no context whatsoever, it'd just be ridiculous.
Hi, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Nihon, watashi wa gaijin desu. Hey.
That's all to our 1 Japanese subscriber on our channel.
Yeah, hi, how's it going?
Yeah, anyway,
Genki desu.
Let's get into the episode.
No, let's not. Let's keep talking like this.
No.
Okay, so now where we left off was where they kind of had seen the TORTLE in the bar, and the astute members amongst the crew and cast and watchers were like, "Oh my god, that's the TORTLE that the Fireside Chat created."
Yes,
and you were right.
And yes, and do you remember his name? Because I always thought this would have stuck out for you.
Yeah, Orally Skiffback.
You know how close that is to Ollie? 1
letter.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Matt reaching out to you in a very like he's seen everyone not tweeting you, and he's like, okay,
I'll put a coded message in Critical Role. Yes, that's why if you watch this episode closely, you can see Matt blinking Morse code to me. I've translated that message, and it says, this is a new era in storytelling.
Oh, God. But anyway, so they're at the I think it's called the Wayfarer Cove?
Wayfarer's Cove.
Wayfarer's Cove.
Oh, the Crazy Reddit theory this week is really good.
I like it how you...
I got excited, sorry.
Okay, we'll get there, Ollie. We'll get there.
I'm so excited.
This is what happens when there's way too much caffeine and he wants to get through something really quickly.
Yeah.
So what I do is slow it down.
Which is good, because my heart rate is about 300 BPM right now.
Yeah, and he's gonna die. Anyway, so they kind of go around this kind of bar, and they have a really good interaction with Ollie. Do you want to call him Ollie?
Let's call him Ollie. Ollie's Griff.
Let's call him Ollie, the turtle.
Now this guy is not just going to give up the information. Matt made that kind of clear. Oh my god, I never realized. He made that kind of clear. He was like, well, I'm not, I've just met you guys, but, and like, voice, I just met you guys.
He's like McCree. because Matt voices McCree from Overwatch. He's like the McCree of this world. If McCree was in D&D, he would be this guy, except for without the pistols.
So basically they trade a bit of info. The Mighty Nein, and specifically Jester, because she is fantastic, talks a lot about what they've been up to, and Not manages to pry a bit of information about Marius Lepore, the one they're trying to find. And in fact, Marius Lepore used to crash on Ollie's couch, which I didn't even know couches were a thing in D&D.
Didn't think couches were a thing.
No, because it always seemed to me to be like tavern bar stools and rocks.
So you don't think they have couches in
Have you
D&D?
ever watched Lord of the Rings and they're all hanging out on a couch?
No, but...
So there we go. Okay.
I mean...
Point proven, moving on.
Proven.
They want to get underground.
I haven't seen guns in Lord of the Rings, but they still exist in D&D.
Well...
Logic, boom! Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
go. Have you ever seen a turtle in Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
No, Ollie.
Yes, and the unedited version.
Bullshit. You know I've already watched the unedited... Well, I'm a New Zealander. If I haven't watched the unedited version
We were in
of
the
Lord of the
unedited
Rings,
version.
yeah.
Everyone in New
We're
Zealand
in the
was in
background
that
going,
movie. Hey! Someone actually showed me a still of a crowd shot from Lord of the Rings and said, "Is that you?" And I looked and I went, "Yeah, that's me." And I went, "You were in Lord of the Rings?" I was like, "No, but that's definitely me."
And it's like the racist thing. Oh, you know someone... Yeah, but the saddest thing is
We do, because everyone in New Zealand was in that movie.
Yes.
It was like there was that scene where there's 200 of them. That's the entire population of New Zealand. So that was just all of us. We put the entire country on hold.
We're very incestual. We're just with each other.
To film that scene. Like
Julia's his sister.
Nothing else got done. You took that to a dark place.
No way.
I can't recover from that.
No,
You're going to have to edit that out.
I'm not editing that out.
They found out that the Selous Weave, which is where Diamond Algar, the guy they're trying to find for harassing Jester's mother, kind of hangs around.
Yeah.
Only problem is it's not easily accessible.
Yeah. So they kind of go outside and they go to the docks where they try and find more information. I think we're going to get that turtle again, though. It seems like,
definitely.
Seems like that's going to be someone that they're going to keep around, just like Pumat.
Also, most of the first hour or so is information gathering.
One thing we should mention, though, while they're in this bar, Yasha appears.
Oh, yeah.
We have to mention Ashley Johnson being back.
So this time I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exclamation marks and 2 hearts.
Yeah. How did you feel about her for the entire episode?
Because I felt like she'd been too busy to actually be watching Critical Role.
Yeah.
And wasn't really caught up.
Because she was extremely vague about where she was going to, and I don't think that's been fleshed out. I feel bad for Ashley, because I know she works really, really hard.
Oh my god, Hollywood is 6 a.m.
Yeah, and
12 p.m.
It's not even Hollywood. She works in not LA, New York. She films in New York.
Oh right, I thought it was LA.
So that's why she's traveling a lot.
Yeah. So I felt like it was great to have her back. She's an essential member of Mighty Nein.
She just wasn't...
We didn't get enough because she wasn't there for a blink.
I didn't feel she was there, and I feel like it was just thrown in. And this is no disrespect for Ashley or anything. It's one of those things that we need to keep Yasha involved in the campaign, but it doesn't feel organic at this point. And I understand the frustrations of the limitations why. And
it looks like she's not coming back next week either. It looks like it was just a one...
Yasha will.
But Ashley won't actually be there next week, it seems. So it's like, we get this tantalizing, like, we got our barbarian back, Azamar, and then she goes, and it's like, oh, but no, we need more.
We need to cancel Blind Spot.
Does anyone out there watching this show work on Blind Spot? Can you just, like...
What?
Recast it, or like...
Recast
just can it.
So let's fire her. If you can, fire Ashley Johnson so we can have her on our show.
Or... No, you're going to have to fire her.
No, don't fire her. Let her do her thing, because eventually Blind Spot will be cancelled or finish. Because it's been like 5 seasons.
Why don't you make a reboot of Roswell, which extends...
Keep going.
I don't know where I was going with
that.
I don't
either.
Ford is essentially trying to find...
I just wanted to drop Roswell into a conversation.
Yeah. God. So, Ford is trying to find more information. He's fascinated by the Mage's Tower, the one that gets smaller when you walk away from it. I don't know, what do you reckon his intent is to find out about this Mage's Tower?
I think it's just mysterious. I think whenever anything's mysterious and something like that tower, it's worth getting into.
A lot of people don't have much information about it at the start.
Yeah, well, I think it's the point. I don't think we're supposed to know yet. It's basically saying, hey, there's a mysterious tower. We've got other things to do right now, but it's there.
So Bo and Ford are the two that are really quite interested. Caleb wants to know more about it, but he kind of wants to be like, yeah, but not right now. We've got so much on.
Exactly. So we continued. So we go to the docks, and Bo does this weird flirting thing.
Oh, I'll just point on the Mage's Tower. We do get the one line. A lot of folk get curious and don't come back from an NPC talking about it. So actually kind of some dark overtones there.
Yeah, so something's going on in the tower.
Yeah.
We don't know what yet.
Cool. I just had to mention that.
Yeah, anyway, we go to the docks, and we're trying to get more information, basically how they can get access to this underground kind of section where Olga is hiding.
So basically we get like a cool thing from Matt where he's like, well, that's not going to be as easy as you think. They have to go around a lot of times just to get an even vague location of the entrance to this place.
Yeah.
After a lot of digging and stuff, they find...
And Bo kind of this weird flirting thing from Bo. How did you feel about that? Because it felt out of character a bit.
You have no idea, but 90% of the Reddit thread was about that moment.
Really?
Everyone
I have no idea. I don't go on Reddit because that's your thing. And I want to not touch Reddit ever.
Basically, everyone was like, no, it makes perfect sense. She grew up with a father that wanted a boy, and she had to kind of make herself be something else, and maybe she did have a feminine, like, flirty side to her that she had to bury deep within her to take on the masculine role, like, traditionally. And other people were like, no, it was way out of character, and some people were like, no, look, she's great at manipulating people, like, it's just part of her journey and her path, and...
But she didn't, like, come out of that saying, I hated that.
No.
Or anything, or saying disdain for being that persona.
She said...
It felt like more of a Marisha moment than an actual Bo moment.
To me, it was very jarring just to kind of see Bo be able to be that manipulative. As she flicks her hair and laughs and touches his shoulder and all that kind of stuff to get someone thinking...
Don't know how I feel about the moment. It's very...
It was jarring. Like,
I get why they did it.
Yeah.
It felt like it would have worked better... Or would make more sense if it was Jester doing it.
Well, I mean, a lot of times that kind of stuff is usually left to the rogue. The rogue walks up to the guards.
Can you imagine not doing that?
Okay, no, it wouldn't work in this specific scenario. I'm saying, like, traditionally in D&D,
yeah.
The rogue is usually the one that comes up and does the wink, wink, meet me later, knock you out behind an alley, get through the door kind of thing.
That sounds so rapey, eh? So rapey.
Wink, wink, down an alley, knock you on the back of the head.
Yeah. A little bit.
So I feel like they don't have too many high charisma party members, save for maybe Ford, who does the kind of... diplomatic thing.
Is Bo's charisma high?
No.
I
don't think so.
I don't know how. Okay.
So
let's just accept that moment happens.
I feel like the party don't have that kind of diplomatic, manipulative, wink wink, alleyway character.
Yeah.
To get through those social scenarios when you got to do that stuff.
Well, ultimately, she got the information she needed.
Yeah, she did.
So we find out there's a kind of underneath the dock. There's an actually access way.
Yeah.
Intake to go basically to where Olga kind of hides and has a hideout. I guess runs his operation. So the next step is kind of that's phase 1. So phase 2 now is just traveling through that little passageway, and Frumpkin turns into an octopus to do that.
I sometimes wonder when Matt throws these challenges at the party if he's just kind of like. Oh, this is probably what they'll do. They'll probably use a familiar or some way of getting through the bars.
That's pretty much the go-to one now, is throw the familiar out, work out where to go, come back, go through that.
To be fair, that's pretty much just what that class does. Sense, that's what a wizard does.
But it's a lot more funny when they don't.
Yes. Now, the amazing thing about this is they essentially decide to go swimming underwater and to just break the bars with their hands and stuff. The DC on this is ridiculous. It's like a 23, which is above very difficult and just below near impossible in the DMG. But with Yasha and Jester, man,
Yasha smashed that. She smashed the grate. She smashed the grate through. And they kind of just journey through that. There is a lot of time that's consumed by doing this, of them kind of getting through there and exploring and figuring out the right passage to go.
They also forget that they have a whole bunch of animals with them. And then
This is where I thought the first moment of the dog nearly dying.
Oh yeah, like we got the dog, what?
I'm not mentioning the name of the dog yet.
Did you see the comment on the last
Yes, video? I saw the comment that I mentioned it way too much. Because this week I will not mention that thing.
Can I? Or would you prefer me not to?
I prefer...
Can I use a false name?
You can use a false name.
Okay, Doggy McDogface essentially comes through the water. And
it's not the same. I know what you're meaning.
Basically, they have the animals as an afterthought and try and get them through. And I think Matt almost kind of fudged a little bit when they rolled really poorly on
Julie's
Doggy
dirty pictures.
Doggy McDogface. his rolls, and Matt kind of allowed them to roll twice and say, "Oh, try it, just do it again."
Yeah.
And he was alright.
So Clay was the one to actually transport the dog through, and the dog was alright, though. It never comes up later on when the battle starts happening.
Now, once they're underwater and they've got through the grates and they're kind of exploring, I think it's Bo sees something shift, and that's where we get our first roll initiative.
Yeah, so these weird whirlpool kind of creatures.
Water elementals.
They're just elementals.
Yes.
I thought it was something a little bit more complicated than just elementals. I assumed they were elementals, but I didn't know whether there was a twist on it.
I looked it up on the D&D wiki and compared what they were doing to what they have in the monster manual, and it looked like water elementals.
There we go. The water elementals just in the form of like a whirlpool.
Very, very cool combat, but essentially they're running through difficult terrain because they're like knee-deep in water, which is a really cool way of doing difficult terrain. Of course, Not has the water walking ring, so she's fine. She's
just on top of the water.
And because of Ford's armor, he gets no penalties in that, which is kind of cool as well.
Yeah, and that kind of works with Ford's character and stuff. So I like that.
So we get Swole Regard once again as Caleb casts Enlarge on the tank.
Giant boat.
Great use of that spell.
Is Bo? Yeah, Bo's the tank. Oh, Yasha Bo. Who's the tank? Bo or Yashi.
That's tough, because when Yasha's there...
I guess they both could be tanks.
Yeah, I double tank.
Double tanking.
if you're running like a raid in World of Warcraft, you need 2 tanks, so makes sense.
We always compare things to World of Warcraft.
We have no
mechanics.
lives, guys. We just play World of Warcraft and watch it.
I don't anymore. I wish I had the time to play it. Yeah. The new expansion pack. Oh, man.
Expansion's pretty good.
I really want to play
It's not as good as
I love the lore. And also, a little shout out to the Jaina Warbringers video.
Yeah.
Because that song is sung by Laura Bailey.
Oh, nice.
And it's a lot of people are doing covers on it. It's me. I'll put a link down below if you haven't seen it. If you're one of the few people that haven't seen it, go check it out below.
Sorry, I thought a small child was screaming, but it was just the wind coming through the door. So, essentially, they kick the crap out of the water elementals, and it's all yip, and they keep exploring. They continue going on.
Yeah. So they kind of take out the elementals, long and the short of it.
We also... Sorry. You were halfway through a sentence and I started
I was just saying that I took out the elementals, so just to let them know that they didn't just look at the elementals and just wave at them and just move on.
Was that a pun? Wave?
Oh, no, it wasn't a deliberate pun.
You could have just gone with it.
I know, I could have, but it's just not my style, man.
I know, you wouldn't take false credit.
No.
Yeah. So, essentially we get Jester casting Path Without a Trace, one of the most useful spells in Dungeons & Dragons, in my opinion. Pun?
Sorry, I just ruining your flow now at this point.
We get Not, who rolls a 38 stealth. That's like almost rivaling Vax, not quite.
That's almost the rogue actually doing the right thing.
But then Not appears in the other game, as is canon, when they roll a ridiculously high stealth.
It'd be funny if they're just walking on and Vax just appears. And then disappears really quick, and they're like, what the hell was that?
So that's really cool. And then we get a whisper. We get they're talking about Shundi, and there's like this little thing where they hear Algar talking to Shundi.
Yeah.
And it seems to be this kind of like servitude
thing. I reckon this is the point that they made a bit of mistake.
Okay.
They just went for a pretty risky battle just before. You went through that entire can since we started this video. I just realised that. He's going to go on like rabid in this.
But we're recording a whole bunch more videos after this. So.
Yes, so breathe. Anyway, they should have. I think they should have taken a proper short rest.
Yeah.
Like a proper rest to kind of get everything back to order, because the next battle they struggled quite significantly because they were already down from the previous battle.
And it's a hard thing to do, short rest in a dangerous location, but with Leomund's invisible hut,
exactly,
that could have been totally possible.
They could have done it, and it feels like they should have done it. I think that they'll learn their lesson after this one.
Yeah. It's reminiscent of Vox Machina going through one. I can't remember which one it was, but they just decided, do we need a short rest? No, man, we're tanked, and then Neil took.
But they didn't even consider it even after the game finished. Yeah. So I don't know whether they have learned anything from that, but they should have.
Well, as we know, all of Critical Role watches our vlogs and podcasts and stuff, so we could just tell them to do it next time.
Yeah, you go tell Matt Mercer. Go ahead.
Notice me, Senpai! So essentially they get emerging from a water bubble, this aquatic humanoid. Now, I don't know what this was. I will admit that. The chat did, though.
Okay, what was it?
It's a mirrored.
A mirrored?
Yes, a mirrored, which I do believe was originally from 3.5 D&D.
Okay.
And it seems like they have kind of adapted it for 5th Ed, or Matt's done some little tinkering. And yeah, we get the second roll initiative.
Yeah,
this is the main...
So they find Algar and kind of... They don't really explain why all this is happening to the guy.
And Reddit was talking about this, they don't stop to ask... anything, and Elgar kind of just goes, kill them!
I like, because at first they kind of say, let's just talk to him.
Yeah.
And then the battle starts, but not really during the battle. They try and have this discussion and saying, hey, we just want to chat, or have a discussion or talk.
People were like, okay, so they show up in a place they're not supposed to be. Elgar is technically on the side of the law, and Elgar goes, as soon as they appear to the genie, kill them. And then combat kind of ensues. And people were like, well, but would you just... yes, they're not where they're supposed to be. But would you just immediately order execution if someone trespassed?
What Elgar's up to. Yeah. I mean, if he's up to a lot of illegal and he's screwed over a lot of people, it would make sense for his head to be kind of like on the cutting block.
So it's possible that like his take on just kill them straight away might suggest that he's involved in some stuff that's not entirely...
And this could not be the first time he's been randomly attacked by a group of people.
They did have a whole lot of weapons and kind of, on them. So.
And they were sneaking around, so I guess it makes sense from a character point of view. But basically, a battle ensues.
Yes, quite an intense battle. So Taliesin uses the grave cleric ability to cancel a critical hit and make it a normal hit, which is the first time he's done that.
I think it's the first time he's had a chance to do that.
Yes, that's such a good ability. Love that one. We've got Ford using Thunder Step for the first time. We've seen Thunder Wave. Thunder Step is just damn cool.
Next is Thunderstruck.
Just
get it?
Yeah, no, I did.
Get it?
That was a
joke.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna write that down.
Cool.
For later.
You should make a song out of it.
Yeah, I'll just like hold it in my heart forever.
Oh, that's pretty sweet of you. Please don't.
So, Jester also decides that her lollipop is now going to be a sharpened lollipop. She uses her spiritual weapon,
that's
20s.
Deadly, yeah.
Then we've got two people fall throughout the battle.
Yeah, Clay and Caleb.
Yep.
So, yeah, they start to get worried. Because the funny thing is, when this was happening live, our Discord chat...
Yeah.
People were going, this isn't going well. And I immediately go, oh crap, do we have to do another Memoriam episode?
Actually, ridiculously close to Taliesin dying again.
Yeah, I know. And everyone's... I wasn't watching because I can't watch it at work. And I shouldn't really watch it.
Yeah.
So we were just getting people that were watching it live in the Discord and things popping up. And I was just like, is everything okay? Is everyone alive? And they're like, yes, things are okay. Oh no, maybe not. I'm like, oh god.
It's the ability that they have to whelm them. Now, this is again straight out of the monster manual. Essentially, the water like surrounds them. They're stuck. They're restrained, but they're also choking because they're stuck in water.
Yeah, I think was it up to their knees or up to their waist or something?
When the actual like creature surrounds you, it's like just being in the stomach of a creature, but you're surrounded by water. But Matt uses the thing with your ability to hold your breath is your Constitution modifier +1. So they can all hold their breath for about, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So they're actually not too in danger of just choking. However, Caleb falls face first into the water.
But he has a necklace, and that was the very controversial, or not controversial, just rule kind of what's the right way to interpret this, because he can't die with that on him, right?
So he's stabilized. He can still die if he took like enough hit points to knock him into the negative, but he's not conscious, but he is stable.
Yeah.
So
but
you
even
go
though he's drowning.
Yeah. So basically, Matt was like, okay, well, you're unconscious and you're stable, and you're face down in water, so you go unconscious, but then you're stable. But you can hold your breath for 3 minutes, and he kind of said, well, after 3 minutes, we'll try and figure out what the hell happens, because I have no idea.
Let's cut to that clip.
No! My worst nightmare! Water!
All right, and with
I'm not out because I have Molly's necklace.
The necklace from Molly.
You're out. You're just not death saves. You're unconscious, but you're not making death saves. You're stable.
Although I'm underwater.
Yeah,
you are. 1 foot of water. You probably fell on your back.
No, he's face down.
I'm underwater.
God damn it!
Yeah, so essentially that's what happens there. Clay again gets it came down to death saves, and it came down to like so close.
Yeah, it was very. I didn't expect Clay to go down. Really, for that whole battle, but
he's pretty tough.
He's pretty tough, but I think he took quite a lot in the first battle, and that's what I was mentioning.
Luckily, Jester still had a 3rd level spell slot to use Cure Wounds.
Yeah, she heals, believe it or not.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Jester heals.
A cleric that actually wants to heal.
Good. I think the players, the Critical Role players, can get away with saying that.
I can't.
Us, we
probably not. Probably not. I'd like to point out that Matt's shirt is amazing in this episode. It says DM as like an atomic element. And then all the other elements beneath it are actually references to the pages, the numbers of the pages of the player's handbook, which the periodic elements on that table reference.
Ah.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, that's next level nerd.
I'll try and find a photo.
Yeah.
And put it up.
Yeah, just there. Next level
now
nerdage.
I have to do it. Now I have to do it.
Now it's going to rotate. Watch this. Whoa,
No,
I'm turning it.
It's not rotating. It's gone now. It was gone by the minute you started rotating. I have to edit all this tonight.
Just making it harder.
Thank you.
Now, this is where we get the crazy Reddit theory of the week.
Alright, so let's strap in, people, for this, whatever we're about to experience.
This is from StixMoose32.
Just on a side note, that makes me really uncomfortable for some reason when you do it like that. When you kind of like that, it just feels like you're entering my personal space.
Okay, I'll try not to. I'll try and respect it. I'll do it this side. Does that look really weird?
It does look weird, but I'm okay with it.
I'm just trying to be comfortable on the couch. I don't know.
Alright.
This is from StixMoose32. STX Moose. You're a moose of some kind. In a room with a moose.
A moose that uses Reddit. That's an interesting one.
No one got that reference. All right, 19 hours ago. Two things stuck out to me from the Forgotten Realms wiki. Number one, because of their chaotic nature, Marids, which is the creature they were fighting, were considered dangerous to imprison or bind, or to demand wishes from. Now, this is relevant because Algar essentially was giving this guy commands.
Yeah,
so that's
from the bracelet.
They were quick to seek revenge. Seems like him making a beeline for Algar would be in keeping with this too. This is a quote from the Forgotten Realms wiki. More malicious Marids would intentionally capsize vessels on the material plane to drown sailors. And then he's like, do we know yet what caused Ford's shipwreck? If not, I have a new theory.
Now, I think the first one has more validation. And the fact of, I don't think Algar's going to live through this.
No.
Because if he was imprisoning him, and now he's free.
Yeah.
He's not going to have a good time.
No, essentially as soon as... Because a lot of times when you have a charmed person spell, there are some that don't, but most of them have the condition that once the spell ends, the person knows they've been charmed.
But here's the question. Will the Mighty Nein intervene?
Good question.
That is the question. Will it... Because
it's another one of those moral qualms.
Because if we go to that theory that if you control them, which Ford kind of contemplates doing that next episode.
Although some people did point out that the bracelet probably requires attunement.
Yeah, or a human. I'll just get one of the other guys to do it. I'll both just get Bo to do it.
Yeah.
That means that will be just a vengeful person that'll be hanging around with him, which will kind of go into the more evil kind of thing because you shouldn't enslave people. Or beings.
That's actually true. I feel like we shouldn't need to say that, but it's true.
Yeah, you should say it. There's a lot of nations out there that still approve that kind of thing.
No slavery, thank you, world.
Yeah, that fixes
That'll do it, yeah.
So the question is, one, will the Mighty Nein intervene...
If the Marid attacks.
If the Marid attacks. And two, will the Mighty Nein enslave him?
Okay, now this is interesting, because this is what Matt has essentially, we think, been doing... sorry, I'm so jacked up.
I know, he's like...
essentially what we think Matt has been doing, and presenting the party with unique moral qualms, like you find gems belonging to someone else, do you steal them? And that kind of thing. So it could very well be a setup. This guy, who you're not entirely in line with and tried to kill you, is about
Remember, the only thing they're supposed to do was just tell him to back off.
Yes.
Of just his mother.
Yes, there was no real intention to kill this guy, is much? Because all he's doing is being possessive and creepy.
And a dick, really.
And a dick. But is that a death sentence? I don't think so.
Is sexual harassment a death sentence?
That's
a big question.
That's the moral qualm for the party. So Mighty Nein's going to answer
life, really.
all these questions about the, devout human destruction.
So essentially that they keep on battling. I think Gingy was the guy, the being's name. Jinni.
Genie. It's a creature.
It's like Genie in a way, yeah.
Which is fitting with it.
Yeah.
Travis also uses Hexblade Spectre for the first time, which is damn cool, and it essentially brings someone back briefly as a Spectre thing.
Yeah. And so basically Olga gets his hand cut off by Ford, which stops the control, and that's when Gingy, whatever is the being's name, turns and starts walking, and that's where the episode
cliffhanger. Alright, so I don't know if I'm going to get time to keep up with this stuff while I'm in Japan.
Probably no, watch our show.
True.
You never actually watch a show. You admitted that you don't watch a show.
I watch the start because I like the bits. You watch the start
because you like the
bits. And I watch the end because I like the bloopers.
And plus you're already in the episode.
So I have a fair idea of what happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could watch it and all that. But
I am an egomaniac.
It'll be interesting what happens in the next episode of the conclusion there, because that's the two big questions I have is what will the Mighty Nein do? Will they intervene? Or will they enslave it? Or will they kill it?
And again, I think this is all leading towards what we believe to be the main campaign arc story. It's morality of mortals versus the pantheon of gods essentially judging them. Will the Mighty Nein, once confronted with the deities strewn throughout Zardash and beyond, be able to stand and be like, look, we made good moral decisions, we are worthy of the gods, or will the gods condemn them for their bad actions?
Is that what we're agreed to? I think this is the first time I've heard this.
Bringing you on board.
Oh, you're trying to just make it dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
oh, okay.
You kind of like...
I just ruined it by just pointing out that I
tore it down a little bit.
Yeah, sorry. It was good rant.
I put a lot of I actually forgot what I was saying halfway through the first sentence.
I feel like you did.
Yeah. But then I kind of just
tried
to save it.
It's a very interesting cliffhanger, and we don't really get a lot of really good cliffhangers in Critical Role.
And if I do have time in the hotels or whatever, I will try and watch it.
Or just watch our show.
I hope I get Wi-Fi. I should get Wi-Fi. I'm paying a lot.
Just watch our show.
Yeah,
your girlfriend will be on it.
Yes! Okay, so that's essentially the episode. We get the cliffhanger, and we're all hanging out for next Thursday.
Yes. So, we've reached that point after covering all and giving our opinion on the episode where we're going to read out comments from the last episode. Because you guys watch this, we care more about your guys' opinions than ours because, well, we're kind of shit. Yeah, we're kind of horrible.
We're wankers.
Wow, that's a very extreme.
I just want to sound British.
So we do, we'll go for Mark Davis as the first one, a long-time watcher.
Hi, Mark.
He goes, I think the endgame of this campaign is the attempted reopening of the Divine Gate and all its chaos that will ensue from it. Yeah. The Mighty Nein will have the final decision whether it should be opened or stay closed.
And they'll probably be like, we made some bad decisions, I don't really want to...
Yeah, why would they leave it open? Like, my question is like, where they're like, we're kind of dicks, let's just cause chaos around the world.
I feel like Bo would kind of be like, actually, it could be quite funny.
Yeah.
And Ford would be like, yeah, fair enough.
And not be like, I just want to do what Caleb wants to do. And Caleb would be like, you got any books?
No, Caleb would be like, imagine getting into the Library of the Gods. That would be sweet. Let's do it.
And just to be like, I think it would be.
I think it's a very good idea because I bet they have really good donuts.
Yeah. Bring the demons, bring the donuts. That should be a t-shirt.
Hashtag bring the demons, bring the donuts. That's fantastic.
All right. Well, thanks, Mark Davis. I really enjoyed. I think maybe, but I think that's a little bit too straightforward. It feels that way.
So my comment that I want to read is from Luna. Not your business. And I'm like, what? Your last name is not my business. I didn't ask for it. You're being quite like, I'm not giving you my last name.
Is this the comment or?
No, that's just what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I was trying to tag along. I got lost.
So Luna says, well, Sam used to do stand-up, so he fits neatly into the comedian definition Ollie gives. Smiley face. My personal MVP, this is for last week, is Bo for making the throwaway joke about the gentleman which led to the big reveal. With the way the Lightkeeper worded her reply to Not, me and a few people in live chat thought Gladys might be a goblin in disguise. Well, yeah, Matt did say at one point, he was like, to Not, no, I understand, me too, wink. And Not was like, you're a goblin? And then, that was my Not voice. And then they kind of just carried on, nothing more came of it, so very, very possible. Towards the end of their time in the lighthouse, she rushed them out, which could just be a personality thing, or her not wanting to disguise self to fade. That's almost worthy of a crazy Reddit theory moment. She seems to not leave the lighthouse much, which would lend itself to possibly hiding the goblin thing and her odd little interaction with Not. Also, is Nugget Dave's classical? So clearly...
Oh, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying I've gone this entire episode not saying it. Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah. So that was actually quite well thought out. So that's my comment of the week.
Yeah, there's not much to really add to that. I really like that.
Yeah, we love you, Luna. I want your
But
face
we should. Who's our MVP?
For me, it was Jester. And I wrote down the reason, but I forgot, so I'm just going to consult my notes.
Why Jester? I'm interested in Jester.
Oh, because of the nat 20 when she was pulling off the grates.
I kind of agree with Marisha at the end that Ford was MVP.
Yes.
Because Ford cut the hand off and it was like... That was a really cool moment.
And he also did a lot of the legwork in the information.
In the battle. And in the battle too. Well, in the battle he does... I
can understand the argument for...
Yeah, Ford. I'm definitely going for Ford on that one.
Cool.
Yeah, I really liked it. And it's good to have Yash back as well. So I am going to pick this one from Malice Talonswift.
How do you come up with these names? They're so cool. My name's Ollie. It's like... skateboard move.
Well, what's your online name? Panda, isn't it?
Prince Panda, Lord Panda, Pilot, Astral Pilot, S.
So you like pandas and pilots?
No, I was at a party once and someone goes, hey Dad, this is my friend Pilot. And I was like, where the hell did you get Pilot? I've been introducing myself as Ollie all night, I don't know where I got Pilot.
So you hear that once, you're like...
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, they say in-game prediction. There's another one. Hints and signs towards Nazardun. That one. You say it, because I can't say it. Thurisdan, because it's on the screen anyway, so you guys can read it. Or perhaps Nurgle. But given the choice between the god of madness or the god of pestilence, is that pestilence? Pestilence, who can choose? Which one would you choose?
Pestilence!
Oh, madness. Madness is more fun. Crazy.
Madness is like, the womb is opened, and the beings are spilling forth into the mortal realm. And pestilence is like, hey Dave.
Yeah, which one do you think I would like? I would like madness and craziness and all that.
Yeah.
So there we go. Those are the comments. If you've got one that you want us to add next week, which I'm not going to get Ollie to read out because I can't get him. Do you want to read out a comment and send it to me?
I could read out a comment like in Shinjuku Crossing or something cool like that.
Why don't you just read out a comment on my video?
Well, no, I could film myself reading out a comment in, like, Tokyo Station or something.
You should do that. You totally should do that. It's
okay, but remind me, because I'll forget.
Yeah, I know.
Just the tone of his voice, like, dude, we've been doing this for a long time.
I know.
Trust me.
But yeah, leave a comment down below of what you thought of this episode, what you think is going to happen next, so that's going to be more interesting. What's going to happen next Friday/Thursday, depending where you are in the world.
And remember, I will have internet access in Japan, so I'll still be trying to jump in the Discord from time to time if you want to come and chat with us, because we're always in there.
So join the Discord, join our party, join our
also,
channel.
if you want us, because we do a podcast called D20 Afterhours, if you want us to like really dissect something that you thought or something, send us an email. Yeah. We'll read it out.
We read out every email, and mainly it comes from one person at the moment.
Hey, Bill.
So, I mean, if you want us to dive deeper into more Critical Role, something really, really meaty, just send us an email at d20multiverse@gmail.com.
And I'll just apologise in advance for some of the other topics we will probably cover in that After Hours podcast, because it gets weird.
He brings up
necrophilia
all the time. I don't get
Not intentionally either. That's the worst thing.
Anyway, the last thing actually we want to mention is something a little bit different. Someone recently emailed us. His name was Bill. About a Kickstarter he's doing called Friends and Foes.
Yep.
So basically, it's was it Chibi?
Chibi. Which means like small and cute.
Yeah. So it's an adorably deadly Chibi style 5th edition monster card. So it's a bit of a Kickstarter he's doing. And it's kind of like the spell cards you get, but these are the monster ones.
So this is really, really cool.
I'll put images up.
Yeah, the artwork is amazing. It's really, really clever. I'm actually probably going to back this because it's something as a DM that I want. They've got 160, I think it is, monsters from challenge rating 0 to challenge rating 16. It's got the picture, it's got all the spells and stuff that they can cast on the other side. It is a top-notch quality, really useful thing for DMs.
So go support it. He doesn't know we're doing this. He just sent us an email saying, could you please give a shout out? We're really just trying to get this out there because it's their first ever Kickstarter. They're really nervous about it.
And I thought it was on, I saw it.
And he's based in Japan too. We found out while we looked through this. He's based in Japan.
So hey, let's hang out and kanpai. But yeah, I thought it was just brilliant. I thought it was really cool, and I mean that honestly and genuinely. This seems like a really cool project.
So if you like D&D, you want to add something to your campaign, go support this campaign, this Kickstarter, because it's just one of those things that seemed like a really good idea and someone should do it.
Haita, yokata, sugoi desu ne.
God, why do you speak Japanese? I don't know it. Dabador, that's Japanese for David. I learned a little bit. Okuwa Dabador desu.
Sugoi desu ne. Right.
I don't know what that means.
That means awesome, isn't it?
Kia ora. That's Māori.
Kia ora, bro.
Tahi rua toto wha.
Yeah, let's have some kai.
That's 10 in Japan, and not Japan. Māori.
Māori is a great language. Te reo.
It is te reo, kind of, everyone's pushing that. Anyway, that's the end of our review.
I forgot we're doing a video.
So if you do like what we're doing here, want us to support us more, support our other content, subscribe to the channel, just show some love.
Yeah.
And we'll be back, or he'll be back in a month's time.
In a month, but I'll still be keeping up with everything we do here on D20.
But I'll be here, probably with a little bit more facial hair and...
some other people doing this
be here.
This with us. Yeah.
It might be someone.
Yeah. So thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And from myself, Oliver, Dave, we wish you a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world.
See ya.
It's raining outside. I need to pee now.
Now piss off! My show now. There we go, yeah. I've never done that. That's a huge... I don't know how I feel about that.
I need to earmark this episode so I can watch it back. And I'm definitely reading the comments.
God, that's going to be okay. I'm going to have to be okay with that. I'm going to have to tell myself to be okay with that.
You could always edit a giant block over your head.
I could, but I'll just bite the bullet and do something I haven't done before.
Proud of you.